Hi, everybody. I am getting really excited about my trip to Bali, and I'm doing a lot of research and looking at different apps and things, trains, and just starting to think about the things that I'm going to do, the places that I'm going to go. And one of the things I was thinking about is how much travel has changed since I first started traveling. My very first trip was to Mexico in like 1983. I had to go to a travel agent. I remember going to the airport in Mexico City and just booking the next flight right there in the airport. I had no hotel or anything. So things have changed a lot. We have become our own travel agents. I can book my own flights, my hotels, my Airbnb, whatever, choose my seat. It's also become really complicated. So when I'm packing for a trip, I have to make sure I have all my chargers and medicine and all those other things that I didn't need when I first started traveling. So, some pluses, some minuses. But today I wanted to just talk about five things that I have found really useful when I travel, especially if you're an international traveler. These things are really going to be helpful for you if you don't already have them. So let's just take a look at my five travel essentials. You can do without them, but my five travel, how can I say it? My five travel make things better things. They're not really essentials, but they will make things better for you. All right, so let's take a look. The first thing I want to talk about is the Charles Schwab Investor Checking ATM card. This has saved me so much frustration and hassle. I don't have to look for a money changer. I don't have to worry about getting the best rate. All I need to do is find an ATM, withdraw the cash in the currency of the country that I'm in, and I know that I'm getting the best rate, and all ATM fees will be returned to me. So just go to Charles Schwab, tell them you want to open an investor checking account. These are meant for investors. I'm not a Charles Schwab investor. I might be someday, who knows? But that's it. There are no fees, no minimum balances or anything like that. It's just a great thing to have. So before I go on a trip, I'll transfer however much money I think I might need into this account, leave my regular ATM card at home. Because if your debit card gets stolen and people empty your bank account, that's it. You're pretty much screwed. You have a little bit more protection with credit cards, but with your debit card, if the money's gone, the money's gone. It's really hard to get it back. So let's say I have $2,000 in my Charles Schwab account. My card gets lost or stolen, or somebody somehow manages to get that money out of my account. Actually, I think that Charles Schwab might even refund it, but I'm not sure about that. So, really good thing to have. You can use the ATM as often as you want. The last time I was in Mexico, I withdrew a bunch of money. There were really large bills, but I wanted some smaller bills for the taxi or something. I forget why I wanted smaller bills. So I just made another withdrawal. I withdrew 200 pesos. I knew I was getting charged these massive ATM fees, but I also knew that Charles Schwab would refund the ATM fees, which they did. So definitely check this out. I have some friends that I told about this, and they said, "Oh, we have a card." I don't believe them. I don't know that there are any other cards like Charles Schwab, but maybe there are. So if you have something else, that's great. If you don't, and you're traveling internationally, get yourself a Charles Schwab investor checking. By the way, I'm not getting any money from any of these things that I'm talking about. So don't think that I'm just trying to sell you something because I'm getting a kickback. I'm not. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about is Global Entry. So, Global Entry is a trusted traveler program. It allows you to skip the long lines when you return to the United States. I believe this is only for U.S. citizens. I'm not sure about residents, and definitely not for visitors. Sorry. But it's great. It really saves a lot of time. Also, since I have had Global Entry, I don't have to go through any customs checks. You just breeze through. Often there's nobody in line. When it first started, there were kiosks. You just go to the kiosk, you print out a little receipt. Now there's an app. You can check in on the app. You just go up to the agent. They already know who you are, and that's it. So my time returning to the United States has been cut. Sometimes it could take even up to an hour to get through those long immigration lines. Global Entry also comes with TSA PreCheck, so that saves time. When you're boarding a flight, you go through the TSA PreCheck line. You don't have to take off your shoes. It's a little bit easier. The registration for Global Entry is about $100, but there are credit cards that will reimburse you. I think Capital One is one credit card that will reimburse you. There might be a $99 annual fee with the credit card, but look for a card that gives you a sign-on bonus, like 100,000 miles. So let's say you get a 100,000 miles sign-on bonus plus the Global Entry reimbursement. You've already made that $99 back and then some. So check out Global Entry. It will make your trip a lot easier, a lot more pleasant. That's number 2. Is an eSIM. So eSIM is an electronic SIM card. I have a cheap cell phone plan, and I refuse to go with a more expensive plan just so that I have wireless service or whatever when I'm traveling. It's just not worth it for me. My plan, I pay like $40 a month, and it works fine for what I need it for in the US, but it doesn't come with any international possibilities. In order for me to use my phone when I travel, I would have to upgrade to a different plan, which would basically double what I pay monthly. So it's just not worth it. So when I travel, I get an eSIM. I know a lot of people will go to a kiosk in the airport and replace their SIM card, and I don't know. It's just a lot of hassle. The eSIM is electronic. You basically just download the eSIM and then install it onto your phone. I used to use Airalo eSIM, but I had problems with the installation. So then I started using Sally, and it was very, very easy. So I'm going to be going to Italy. Let's just take a look at what they have for Italy. So for a week, it's $3.99. You get 1 gigabyte. For a month, 3 gigabytes, $8.99. I use a lot of data. I'm just on my phone a lot. Of course, if you're hooking up to Wi-Fi networks, in your Airbnb, your hotel, restaurants often have Wi-Fi. You're not going to be using all of this, but it's really useful for things like Google Maps. You're trying to find your way, or you just need data when you're outside of a Wi-Fi network. So for 30 days, $28.99. So it's about $1 a day. It's pretty good. It's worth it for me. So you just purchase the eSIM, and then install it on your phone. When you get into the country, you turn it on, and that's it. You have service. So get an eSIM. That's my number 3 tip. Number 4, laundry detergent sheets. So my last trip was about a week in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. I knew there was a washer and dryer in the unit, in the Airbnb. And in the past, when I've gone to Mexico, I've just gone to a little grocery store and bought some laundry detergent. But for a week, I didn't really need that much. And also, I'm getting kind of picky about scents. So a lot of these are scented, really scented. And I just don't like the smells of most laundry detergents. So they have here some fragrance free. I bought the lavender laundry detergent sheets, and I don't mind the smell that much. And actually, when you wash your clothes with them, you can hardly smell the lavender. So these are decent. And I put them in a little Ziploc bag, pack it with my clothes. So my clothes have a nice scent, a gentle lavender scent when I take them out of my luggage. So I got this. It's 160 sheets, no, 80 sheets for $14.99. This is going to last me several years. If I run out of laundry at home, I'll pop one of these in the washing machine. But I definitely use these when I travel. So they don't take up a lot of space in your luggage. Just take out as many as you think you're going to need. Put them in a Ziploc bag and pack them with your luggage. All right, so laundry detergent sheets, my tip number 4. Travel tip for today. So things that make travel better is a shampoo bar. So I actually use shampoo bars at home too. I've given up on these plastic shampoo bottles. I'm trying to cut down on the amount of plastic that I use. And these are great. I look for shampoo bars that come in minimal packaging. So just a little box. Some of them come wrapped in paper. And there are so many different options now. So they're great for travel. You don't have to worry about the bottle opening in your luggage and getting shampoo all over your clothes. You just throw the shampoo bar. Again, you can put it into a Ziploc bag or put it in with your toiletries. Just take it with you. It's really easy to use. So those are my 5 tips for things that will make travel better for you. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you check out some of these things. Let me know in the comments if you have other things that you have found to be useful when you travel. Until next time, bye.